Hello guys, welcome to DATAHACKS. My name is Bharat. Now we are in a 15th video of Next.js series. In this video, I am going to explain about pre-rendering. By default, in Next.js, pre-rendering will be happen for every page. Pre-rendering means the HTML page will be generated in advance before the user will request. But normally the page will be generated by the JavaScript which is present in the client side. Here the page will be generated from server side itself or at the build time. So we can achieve higher SEO. So here the each generated HTML will be associated with minimum JavaScript. Then the page will be when the page is loaded on the browser, the JavaScript present within the page will start to run. Then the page will become interactive and the user it will be increase the user experience. So this process is known as hydration. Uh, there is Here is the overall picture of what is hydration. The page will be loaded already. At initial load, it will put the page in the client side. Then the JavaScript will start to run. The page become interactive. So this is the overall picture of hydration. So we have two form of pre-rendering: static side generation and server side rendering. First of all, I'm going to explain about what is static generation. The HTML will be generated at only build time, and we can use the generated HTML whenever we want. If the user if multiple user requests at the same time, you can provide the same HTML page to multiple user at various time also. So we must to create only single HTML page and we can reuse multiple times. To generate this static page, we are going to use the page components with getStaticProps. This is known as static generation. So the getStaticProps is an asynchronous function. With this only we can generate the static pages, and Next.js learn this page is going to be static page. We have to build this page at the runtime. So it is a great page for that to pre-render ahead of the user request. If, as I said before, if the user requests, the page will be already built. So we can provide the page to the user. So we have two methods of static generation: with data and without data. Without data means we don't need to fetch the data from externally, like content management system like Strapi or WordPress like this. If if without data means we don't need to get the data from external sites. With data means we need to get the data from external sites. So what is the difference between get source getting from external source and not? So if we get the source from external site, we can if there is a need to change the content, we can change and it will reflect every area. But if we change the data manually, we have to replace in multiple place, so it will take lot of time. So I will also provide the practical demonstration in future videos. This is the overall picture of static generation. First, developer developer will develop the source code. Next, he will build the source. It will generate the page. Next, if the user asks for the page, then the page will be submitted to the user. This is how the static generation is happening. So next we are going to see about server side rendering. It is exactly opposite to the static side generation. In static side we will create only one time the HTML page. Here we will create only one time, but the difference is we will create multiple times. Uh, if the user requests the HTML page, we will build a new HTML page and we will provide him. After few minutes, the another user requests the same page. That time also we will create a new page and we will provide to him. So this is the difference between server side and static side generation. We can generate the server side rendering with page components and get server side props. This is also a asynchronous function. So with this command, the Next.js app get to know that. So we have to create the server side rendering with this page. So when we use the server side rendering, we will get the slower performance than static side generation, because the server side generation need to generate the page each time the user requests, but static side generation is not like that. It will build only one time. It will provide the same source to the multiple users. So static side generation will have higher SEO, which is known as search engine optimization. We can we can use server side rendering where it is necessarily needed. Example, um, stock market related websites or dashboards. Here and all we can definitely make a server side rendering. So this is the end of the video, guys. If you like my video, get subscribe the YouTube channel. I will post these videos in future also. So hit the like button. Thank you, guys.